here we go. It's going to be the first game of today's weekly. We're loading into the map. And in the bottom left, the player in the blue trunks, he should be in the red trunks, but we'll fix that in a second. It is gonna be Yummy Blah Blah. And his opponent, up in the tippity top right, in the red, we are gonna have Xccam. Now, let's just get that fixed. Now, Xccam is one of those players. He's pretty good, but he's not on the tippity top of the boards at the moment. He's fairly good. I think he's in Div 3, Div 2. But Yummy, on the other hand, Yummy is a staggeringly good player. He's actually taken, I believe he picked up one of the recent tournaments. He's placed pretty high in a lot of them. And he's generally pretty feared. I believe he's actually even sitting at the top of the ladder system right now. And pretty close. I think he's definitely in top 8 on the actual rankings. So it is going to be Wolves Den versus Rax first here. And I like this for Xccam. I like this start. We've seen a lot more Rax play in the meta at the moment. Just because it's getting that little bit stronger. And he's actually boosting it out with 2 workers. So it will be easily up in time to defend from any aggression from his opponent. Now the thing to bear in mind, however, though, Yummy's economy will be very slightly faster because the Wolves Den doesn't take so much gold to put up. But Xccam's going to have a really strong mid game. So already a little bit of build order changes and how they're choosing to do things is going to start to shape up this game. After Xccam actually going to be the only one here to scout, Yummy probably just assumes he's safe with the Wolves Den until that sort of scouting gets off. But Xccam will see this and he'll be pretty happy with his choice of build. So he's just going to nip in. He'll probably step back as soon as he spots us. No? Okay. There we go. He spots it and he backs off. So that's all the scouting information he needs. He might lose that worker if he's unlucky, but hopefully he shouldn't do if he jukes it well. And it is just going to be the standard soldier start here. Xccam, there we go. Worker jukes off to the side and we'll get back home fairly safely. And that's another little change that we've been seeing a lot more. Is just that little hideaway to the side, just to dodge that initial wolf. People used to lose it to that initial wolf quite a bit. But obviously the meta's shifting around a little bit variable. And looks like it's going to be pretty much super standard out of Xccam here. It's just going to be 1 soldier, 1 archer, and then just the expansion coming down straight, which should go down at about 230, I believe. Okay, he's actually going to queue up a 2nd archer, so playing a little bit safer here. And it's a little bit unusual. Normally you can just expand off 1 archer, but Xccam actually hiding a worker down in the lower hand side here, and he still hasn't expanded by about 2.5 minutes, so I'm wondering if there's a little bit of proxy nonsense about to be on our way. Yummy's just going to soft contain at the front here, but with an archer out there's not much that's going to do. And it is actually going to be your 2 racks from Xccam. That's a little bit delayed though, so I don't know how much damage that's going to really do. Because obviously, like, that kind of needs to hit pretty early before there's a huge amount of defense here. But if we look, Yummy hasn't actually scouted the expansion. He's made the assumption it's there. But the archers have shut down that scouting. And we will dip in a little bit further, and he doesn't quite see the location, so he doesn't know that it isn't there yet. So he shouldn't be suspecting anything right now, and he is actually going to tech up behind this. He's going to go straight into the testing den. So it looks like to be an upgraded wolf style, maybe transitioning into dragons later, but we have but we have seen a lot more of just pretty much pure wolf play and just stacking upgrades on those as much as you can to get a little bit of a lead. But obviously recently in the latest patch we've actually had the wolf upgrade's been nerfed a little bit. The timing's been brought more in line, and they're not quite as strong as they were. But Xccam, there we go, he's going to start getting soldiers, he sees lots of wolves, and he should be just building up a small bunch in the bottom right, and then as he moves out in the top, he should just sort of try and bring them all together and just sort of crash into this. What he might do though, however, is actually just try and counterattack while he's got Yummy distracted. He's actually going to go for a wolf's den on top of this. So this is very, very all in. His economy is going to be so delayed. He's already 4 workers behind. I've not really seen this build so much before though, so I can't give you as much sort of tell on the timings of this, because this is obviously a late 2-rack. But there we go, Yummy's going to back off a little bit now. He's happy that he's seen as much as he needs, but he actually hasn't scouted it. And this is the issue with going wolves quite so early, is obviously you get the scouting in the front of the base, but you can't see anything inside. You don't see sort of whether they've gone forward, whether the mage is following it up, or how any of it's going down. Xccam still just trying to pump out units on the bottom right hand side. And he's doing a good job of just trying to be annoying, trying to push these wolves away a little bit. And looks like he's actually just going to take an engagement here, going to try and reduce the number of units that Yummy really has on the map. Oh, but Yummy's going to get in now. Oh, no, he's actually... Oh. If Yummy had gone in right then, he would have seen the fact there's no expansion, known and all in was coming. But right now, he just doesn't know. He's been trying to pick off and engage these units, and now there's 2 soldiers with another couple of units following this up. Yummy's entire army is over this side of the map. But the big thing to remember is obviously Xccam's army is really slow. So it's going to take a long time to actually get back across the map and sort of deal with if the wolves get pulled to deal with this counterattack. And I've used that in decks so many times now, it just sounds like gibberish. And in the background, of course, I'm sure you guys did spot it, but I didn't quite mention it yet, there is a fort on the way. That's going to make the defense really easy, it's going to make the opportunity of dragons available to Yummy. And Yummy does actually lose a wolf here in the front. He is having to back off. Oh, and Xccam might actually lose some units here. Xccam's actually trying to pull his entire force to come down and actually deal with this. But there are enough wolves here to possibly pick this up. But now there's so many units coming in on the main base. Yummy's actually in a little bit of trouble. He should have enough to defend this though. And with the fort going up, this should shut down this attack and put the Xccam a long, long way behind. Because remember, he's only got 1 base economy. So if Yummy holds this attack, his economy is way ahead, his army is just going to be better on the better tech. But it's going to be difficult. Okay, the fort is nearly complete, and that's going to do huge amounts of work. That's going to start making a big difference. The wolves here from Yummy are trying to get in and get a good position, but they're mostly just engaging soldiers, which is not where you want to be. You want to be on top of the archers. But Xccam is not giving him that position. The fort's up now though already, and that's starting to work away at the soldiers. And it looks like Yummy should hold this. There's obviously a lot of units being pumped out right now for Xccam. But... ooh, is that new? Oh, it's a new art graphic for the Dragon's Lair. Cool. Alright. Sorry guys, I haven't actually seen that one yet. I didn't know it changed it. But... Xccam... actually a lot of his push survived, like a surprising amount, so... Yummy could still be in a little bit of trouble. The issue is, obviously, how do you break a fort? Because it's just so hard to do. It's got so much health. And looks like Xccam is actually going to grab a base behind this, so his economy is going to be a long way behind. But if he can keep the pressure on, he can at least bring it up even with his opponent. So it looks like this house at the front is going to go down. He's going to get in. The fort though has already got like 3 kills before this engagement even comes in. The archers in the back trying to do some work, but there aren't really enough of them here to pick off too many wolves. One wolf's going to go down though. And Xccam's actually on really good hold position at the front. He's going to block any of the wolves getting around to deal with this. And this is actually a nightmare for Yummy to engage right now. He wants to get in and wants to actually sort of chew apart the archers in the back. But these soldiers are absolutely in a great position not to just let him have any of that. Xccam looks like he's possibly going to go for the main base, but Yummy knows that and he's already set up the house to deny it. And right now it's all just about mitigating the damage. The less damage Xccam does, the further Yummy's ahead. And looks like Xccam's a little bit indecisive here. He can't actually choose what he wants to target. And there we go. Okay, so he is going to decide he wants to take out that fort. If he can take that out, he will be fairly ahead. The issue is the Dragon's Lair is actually a good chunk of complete, and if that comes along, a lot of this push is just not going to work. But man, it's pretty close. Yummy's actually taking a lot of damage from this. The wolves just cannot trade away with that fort, with the soldiers even. Fort's got 5 kills and it's not been quite micro properly. There we go. It is going to start picking off those low health soldiers behind this. Dragon's Lair finishes up, but I think that's just going to be too late. It actually looks kind of weird and gross. That's kind of strange, but are they supposed to be eggs maybe? Not really sure. But Xccam being a little bit indecisive here. He's not quite decided what he wants to target down. I think he's just trying to be annoying and get as much harassment done as he can. But he does need to do damage with this if he does want to be ahead. The forge is going down for Xccam in the background. So at least he will be able to bring the upgrades even. There's actually 2 armor on these wolves. Sorry, I didn't actually didn't notice that that upgrade had been picked up. And that obviously cuts a huge amount into the archer DPS. And the wolves of Xccam do about half damage right now. Yummy's going to lose another wolf on the left hand side though. And right now Yummy just has not found a way to clean up this army. And he really needs, if he can clean up the army, he can at least go and put counter pressure on. But right now he's just desperately trying to pump out as many units as he can to trade this away. He's got more workers not mining in the main base, and Xccam could do this here. A little bit of a surprise, obviously. I was expecting it as well, because Yummy is a little bit favoured here in this match, but Xccam's actually doing a really good job. The first dragon pops out though now, and that's going to make it really hard. There's only 2 archers here, and as soon as they're gone, there just won't be anything to defend. And the other issue is, obviously, Xccam's buildings are over on the right-hand side, so they cannot reinforce in at home. At least not without getting harassed all the way there. So there we go. Yummy's just going to clean up this attack. He's got another dragon queued up. And there really isn't much to sort of contest this right now. There's 2 archers at home and another one's going to pop out in just a second. There we go, more archers being started up. But with +2 armor on the dragons, I mean, archer DPS is going to be cut down significantly. So Xccam's going to be forced to play really quite defensively here. He starts up his own +1 attack, and that's going to help, but it's going to take quite a while for that actually to kick in. There's about 2 minutes before the upgrade actually completes. And second dragon is almost finished as well. Yummy does want to go in with just 1 dragon though. Archers are still fairly effective against them. There we go, this soldier's going to get picked up as well. So, Xccam will need about 2 or 3 archers per dragon to actually pick those off. But obviously with only 2 there, the dragon can very manoeuvrably just dip into the main base, come around to the natural. And the economy actually for Xccam is still so far behind because of that all in. And looks like actually Yummy's gonna... Is he gonna go for walkers? Okay, he was going for the forge. No, he's gonna have to back out the archers here to stop that. So all in all, Yummy's counterattack didn't do too much, but the third base is going down as well. Yummy just securing himself a fantastic lead here. There we go. Yummy now scouts it with this proxy, so you should be able to pick that up in a second. And he's actually doing a really good job of actually just harassing in the main, picking apart workers. And Xccam right now, with half his production on the other side of the map, he's in a lot of trouble. He'd love to get these wolves in on the archers, because those are the ones that actually manage to trade well with archers. Not the dragons. The dragons do a lot better against other units, not archers. But Xccam has not given him that opportunity. He might be able to just pick up this soldier in the front, but nope, not going to go for that. Xccam will actually possibly pick up another worker down here in the left hand side. It's actually... Oh, Yummy's going to save it. That's a shame. So he almost picked up another free worker that will give him a little bit of a lead. But actually now with two dragons here at the front, this is going to make it really difficult for Xccam. There we go. Going to lose both archers. Oh, no, sorry, one was hiding behind the building. Yeah, there we go. The wolves are all being pulled down here. This is going to get cleaned up very, very shortly. Xccam says GG, and Yummy will take game number 1 of this best of 3. So we'll get map 2 out of Xccam in just a second. Alright, looks like map 2 is going to be Cloud Kingdom. Okay, looks like Burke was a no-show. That's a shame. Not sure what happened with him. Alright, we're going into the second match as soon as the players are ready. They're just getting set up in the lobby right now. Alright, looks like the players are nearly ready. We're going to go. It's going to be on Cloud Kingdom. Up in the top right hand side, the man in blue, it's going to be Yummy Blah Blah. Down in the bottom left, in the red trunks, we're going to have Xccam. Now, as we were saying a little bit earlier, Yummy is fairly well favoured in this matchup. That's probably why we saw a little bit of cheese coming out of Xccam, and looks like he's going to be aggressive once again in this match. So, Yummy he's not quite got the sort of top ranks that I think he wants. I think he's sitting somewhere around top 8, but he does really, really want to claim that sort of top 4, top 2 spot. But the thing is, I believe actually he didn't make it through the qualifier last week, if I do remember. I think it went to Venny and Kyrus got the first 2 spots. And we will be running the next qualifier tomorrow. This is just going to be same again. 1 Rax from Xccam, 1 Wolves Den from Yummy. So nothing too unusual here. A little bit of a strange placement from both players. Just I guess it's just to get a little bit faster, start this initial choke. Obviously, if you watch me play, I'll choke up in the natural here, where you can actually defend it really easily still. Obviously, it delays a tiny bit, but it's just personal preference. So, same build so far from Xccam. I wonder if... yeah, he may well be going out for the same build again here, see if we can make it work a little bit better this time. So, Xccam's really just in this tournament for the points. Obviously just to play as well, but in terms of sort of long-term tournament life, he's here for the points. He wants to get those extra points, bring himself up into sort of top 16, top 8, and see where he can go from there. But Yummy really would. Obviously, like today he's in it for the points, but tomorrow he's going to be looking for that qualifying spot. He's not quite found it so far, which was a surprise. But if he can get that qualifying spot, he'll be a lot happier. He definitely wants to get into that monthly tournament. $50 on the line overall is not a small thing. So Xccam will see the initial build here from Yummy, but he is going to lose the worker. Oh, no, okay. Not going to lose the worker just yet. And you will get to see the build from Yummy here. No, okay, he's just going to return home. I guess I'm just on a little bit of an odd route just to avoid being scouted or being picked up. And the soldier's in position now for Xccam. So the archers coming in to follow it up. And then he should be able to expand behind us. The issue obviously for Xccam setup. Okay, probably going to actually be a proxy again. He's off on the corner here. But Yummy knows it. Yummy's going off to find it. So that should not work. So back in the main base for Xccam, the issue with this is having this choke rather than one at the natural means that taking expansion is a lot harder. There we go, the wolf finds the hidden worker. Xccam's actually going to lose one, and that's going to put him so far behind. Not only is he an entire expansion behind, but obviously that's another worker down. So Yummy's going to be a really nice position. There we go, Xccam's now going to... the proxy didn't work, he's going to throw down the expansion behind. So wolf from Yummy gets into the main base and we'll get a full scout. Just going to be a little bit annoying. So, there we go, it's just going to dip in. And looks like Yummy's going to go put a little bit of aggression on. He should be able to with this wide open choke, but he shouldn't get too much done here. Xccam. Pardon me, guys. Xccam obviously does have the archers here, so we should be able to defend at least this initial poke. But it looks like Yummy's going to go once again for the same build. Yummy's just going to go for the same build again. Yummy's possibly going to get to pick another worker pick here, which would be really nice. Secures economy a little bit better. Not quite. There we go. Okay. So he does now have a 3 worker lead, which is really nice for him. And that was a nice little bit of aggression. I don't think he even lost any wolves. I think we do actually have a units. We do have a units lost tab. Okay, so he does lose 1 wolf overall for 2 workers. So that's a nice start. I'll happily trade that. Xccam should have enough units out here now that this aggression shouldn't do too much more. Yeah, the soldier's in position. This shouldn't do too much. Yummy's upgrades is he's actually saved up a lot of gold. I'm not sure what he's planning with this. Alright, interesting. We'll have to keep an eye on that. So he's gonna try and pick off. There we go. He does get the archer in the back, and that's gonna give him a lot more freedom. Just to be a little bit annoying. But the other thing, obviously, to bear in mind is, does that mean, there we go, there's the dragon nest. Just about to say, obviously, if you particularly want to go dragons, do try and pick off those early game archers. Obviously that slows down the total count, it makes it a lot easier to harass, just because there's not so much coming in for you. Oh, and you might actually pick off Xccam's other archer if Xccam's not careful. There we go. So, Xccam does defend it and Yummy doesn't quite pick it up. Actually, sorry, in the third base, Yummy was grabbing, in the background, Yummy was actually grabbing a third base. Xccam's actually going to go for a drop here, which I'm not sure that's a good decision. Drops are not that powerful. There are some early game drops which are doable, but there definitely aren't that many sort of super strong mid-game timings that I've seen so far. Obviously having a few soldiers in your main is going to be annoying, but right now Xccam can't afford to, and in fact his soldiers are way out of position. The wolves are coming in here on top of the archers. Looks like they're going to pick up another archer here, which is really, really nice. Bring up the units lost tab. Oh, does manage to save a few though with the soldiers coming back. So, but picking off that extra archer once again is just quite useful. The fort is nearly done, so obviously reducing the count down to 3 now just makes it that little bit more sort of efficient when the dragons come in for trades. Doesn't look like he's going to go for pure dragons though. He is going to at least mix in the wolves then to go with this. Yummy's dropship will be out in just about a minute, but I don't know how much damage it's going to do. He's going to try and go for it, and I assume he'll probably be looking to drop either probably the natural, to be honest. I don't think he knows about the third. And see if he can pick up some workers, but yeah, I'm not sure. And actually another testing den coming down for Yummy. So although he's got 2 wolves dens, he's looking to go a little bit tech heavy here. He's clearly very happy with his current position. The third base, I do have to agree with him there. Not a huge worker lead right now, but just a small one. But that will start obviously getting further and further into his favour the longer that third base is up. The issue here for Xccam is Yummy's quite free just to sort of tech switch repeatedly. And obviously if he goes heavy into dragons, more archers are forced, so which point a wolf switch can really just sort of catch you off guard and pick that up and push for that victory. It is the Banks player who really just has to be more adaptive. Okay, so Xccam's actually just trying to sneak out and grab a third base, which is a cute maneuver. But has Yummy actually spotted this yet? Okay, so he doesn't know about the dropship just yet. So nice start there for Xccam just to try and grab himself that third. Yummy actually hasn't spotted it. He probably will do soon. He has been scouting pretty avidly. But the issue is this dropship was super expensive. Like it was nearly 400 gold just to get the thing out. And obviously it delayed all your other tech, it delayed your third base. Yummy's going to see if he can pick up another archer in the front here, but he's not going to get it. Does keep the wolf alive though, which is pretty important. It is just going to be the single dragon's nest. But it is going to be 2-1 on the beasts, so that's going to be really, really nice. Yummy still has not scouted this third base. There we go. Okay, Wolf's going up there. Oh, nope, Wolf's going to go up there now, but Yummy still evidently just believes that he's kept his opponent on 2 base, and that might might hurt him pretty badly if he doesn't expect it. There's 2 forges now going down though for Xccam in the main. So those upgrades will not be in Yummy's favour for too long, but it will obviously give him a window of opportunity just before Xccam's own upgrades start to kick in. Looks like Xccam, that's such a cute maneuver to go and scout with that, but he actually misses the most important scout, which is the dragon here. And the issue is so many archers are out now just to try and deal with the oncoming dragon that these wolves are actually just going to be able to pick a huge amount of them up. The wolves come in here for a surround, the archers try and get in up against the wall. The dragon's actually taking a lot of hits, but it's going to back off, and now Yummy's in the position he really wanted. The archers all being picked apart at the back. He is actually just going to back out immediately though, so not sure quite. No, he didn't really kill anything. He didn't lose anything either though, which is an important thing. Well, apart from that one wolf at the back. But Yummy just toying him with him a little bit here, just trying to find those openings. This dragon actually really spaced nicely just to continue to lure out these soldiers. The problem is obviously more soldiers on the way right now to try and defend against these wolves. But obviously the more he starts popping out, and there is a second one on the way now, it's going to get difficult for Xccam. Xccam actually with a really cute scout here actually with the dropship. As much as it's probably the most expensive scout in the game, it's very, very nice. And actually, Yummy does flee here thinking there's something in the dropship, but nope, nothing at all, it's just here to scout. And it will see the triple testing lab. Yummy still hasn't found this base at the top here. It's not got that many workers mining from it, so it's not hugely significant yet, but Yummy's actually bringing a lot of his army back. There we go, okay, so he is actually just going to bring his dragons back and pick off this dropship. And they should get it. Unlikely to really get much opportunity to escape. So in the background, let's take a quick look. The triple upgrades actually are working out really, really well for Yummy now. He's in a 3 upgrade lead, which is just kind of stupid. Like, you know you're in trouble when you're 3 upgrades behind. Xccam has got his next 2 upgrades almost done though. There's going to be the +2 attack. But it's going to be quite a while before those really catch up. And Yummy's going to basically max out on the upgrades that he wants, and he'll just be able to keep toying with his opponent. He'll be able to go into mages, more dragons. Pretty much free to do whatever he likes on this economy right now. The archers do get in under this dragon though, and that one may go down. Yummy's got to be a little bit careful here. He's got the upgrade lead, but I don't think he quite has the units to deal with this. And he is actually going to lose 1 dragon. There we go. The second dragon is here to reinforce this, and the wolves are in a decent position, but a lot of them are actually engaging the soldiers, which isn't great. But here's where the upgrades really start to kick in. The armor on those wolves means they do live pretty much forever. Same with the dragons there. And looks like Xccam's actually going to lose pretty much his entire army. The dropship timidly trying to be of assistance, and will actually pick up a few units to try and back out. But nope, that dropship's going to go down as well. And this could, even if it won't kill Xccam right here, it's going to be the beginning of the end. Because it's going to be so expensive for him to rebuild that. Almost all of his archers here are actually dead. I'm surprised he's actually bringing in more reinforcements, but he thinks he can take it. The issue, though, is that most of Xccam's soldiers are dead. So despite the fact that he has archers here to deal with the dragons, there's nothing really here to stop the wolves cleaning up the archers. There we go, more wolves coming and pouring in. And this is just getting worse and worse for Xccam. He has managed to kill off a huge amount of wolves here, 27 overall. But they're so cheap that it just doesn't really matter. Another upgrade is actually going to finish up for Yummy Line in just a second. Xccam actually doesn't have any static defense at home. He's been relying purely on his units. So he should at least be able to push this back. But he's going to be in trouble as soon as the next wave hits. There's going to be a third dragon now. And actually looks like Yummy isn't even actually going to back up. He's just going to keep pouring units in. He checks the normal third once again and sees nothing. So he's pretty confident he can just keep pumping units in here. 6 wolves at a time. And Xccam is just being murdered. He says, GG, well played. Yummy will in fact take game number 2 and sail on through to the next game.